hey, what's up? Yeah, I've got Celeste back. I do love Bunny Resnick. She's super, super cute, but Celeste is my main girl. She's been one of my top, probably 3 characters of all Final Fantasy. Maybe 5. I don't know. No, she's way up there. 3 or 5. For a long, long time. So, here she is joining me back on my balcony, and yeah, happy to have her. Hey, I just want to say sorry I wasn't around last week. I couldn't tell you if Perrine was cool to pull, and if you waited to find out if she is, then man, you missed out on her, which sucks. It totally sucks. There's really nothing I could do about that. I got caught in a massive winter storm and power outages and things like that, and I couldn't even have been able to get on here even for a second to give you word on that. So hey, if your account is going to go super, super downhill now from this, I take full responsibility, but I also am not going to do anything for you in return. So sucks for you. Move on from it. But anyway, yeah, when you have a winter storm and your power goes out, it's not a good time. And I actually had a friend who was supposed to visit me over the week and then had to keep postponing her flight because, there's just no way to get in. Anyway, so she finally gets in, and we have a pretty nice night having wine and whatnot. It's okay, it's getting kind of dark and cold, and so we light some candles. And you know what? I think I gave myself black lung. I know, I shouldn't joke about it because coal miners, that's legit. And the last thing I want to do is anger them all, because that's an intimidating group of people, because that work is, dude, serious. So, all right, disclaimer aside, I've just been kind of hacking and things like that. And I did notice that the air filter that is servicing my place of restoration, I don't know, it seemed too personal to say bedroom, but it is I looked at it and I just replaced this filter maybe 3 weeks ago. It's dark, it's tar, it's black. And so burning a few candles and possibly falling asleep next to them. And I know you're not supposed to fall asleep with candles on and things like that, but it was super, super cold. And the candles were wonderful warmth and ambience, and so yeah, it was just a dangerous week. It probably took a few years off my life, and hopefully that doesn't bite you in the sense that I missed out on 2 years of, I don't know, telling you who's cool to pull. So hopefully between the two of us, we can lead a good War of the Visions life together or something like that. So let's go in and see exactly what we are needing to talk about. So yeah, Perrine, she was cool to pull, spoiler alert. I can't do anything about that now, she's gone, but she was definitely cool to pull, and I think mostly just being water and having that strike attack, which is fantastic to have in this game because units just don't build against it. Strike has been really, really pretty weak. And I know this because, look, let's go look at my units, but I'm just going to show you my units really, really quick because it's kind of embarrassing sometimes. But no, that's obtained ascending. There we go. I'm pretty sure, where is she? Ziza, there she is. All right, so when I started the game, King Old and then Ziza were my first URs, and so I built up Ziza. That was important to me to put everything, or put all into what I got, right? I didn't do the reroll thing that a lot of people did, and I am a day 1 player. But yeah, so that's who I started with, and it was kind of sad that neither of them, man, Spear and users were just not fantastic in the beginning of this game, and they both struggled like over the course of it. I feel like now though we're like in the year of the fist, which is hilarious because like we're rabbits right now as far as the Lunar New Year goes, but yes, I think it's the year of the fist, and so we're gonna go in and we're gonna see maybe what this new VC, which we can decide if that's cool to pull, will bring to your fist game if you're all about a fist game, things like that. All right. Oof. All right. So let's go see. And if you got Perrine without me telling you that she's cool to pull, then hey, cheers. Cheers to that. But where is this? Where are you? New card. Oh, right, there you are. All right, so this week we have a new UR and vision card. And sorry, stop moving. Ugh. It's really hard to read when you keep moving. Inherited Wills. In fact, let's just stop this from moving because it's driving me crazy. All right. Inherited Wills. It's a vision card for jobs. And let's see. We have all these jobs. You can go read them. It's not my job to read them to you, but maybe you're watching this on a screen and you want to scroll on down and you want to go see all the units you could possibly use this on. So there they are. Of course, we have the punchy units and things like that. This card will give you those units. Reaction block rate of 48. Jeez. Strike attack up 28 and maximum hit points up 25%. That's a significant really increased his stats on those. Wow. Yeah, this is a really good card if you're planning to do that like Year of the Strike Fist or Year of the Fist that I talked about. This is already looking really good, especially because I think like a previous Fist card might have not had like as many options as this did. And I get it, like, you know, they're not all fisters in this group. Yeah, Arithmetician, you're not fisting anybody, but anyhow, bestowed effects will also give attack up 10%, area attack resistance up 10, and then limited bestowed effects of maximum HP 20% when put on Perrine and Lucio. Alright, that's kind of cool. Did we talk about? Yeah, we talked about that. So now is my favorite time, which is to go read about what's going on behind the scene. So, a discreet smile forms on Perrine's face as Raph takes the lead ahead of younger Lucio and braves another battle. As Perrine observes Raph's gallantry, she recalls fond memories of another courageous figure. The days before Raph awakened as a warrior, when she fought alongside the former warrior of the Dark Crystal, were all coming back to her. She believed that they would walk the same path together for an eternity. Unfortunately, the end of such peace and happiness came suddenly. In order to complete his missions, he would sacrifice himself, and as he disappeared, Perrine could not shed a tear. She could only stand motionless as he smiled at her. Surely he had no regrets. The former warriors of the crystals had passed their wills onto Raph and Lucio, an action that links the warriors' souls of the past, present, and future. And though those warriors may be long gone, they will continue to walk beside their comrades and successors until the end of time. Oof. Wow. Yeah, that was like more intense than I thought it would be. I did enjoy, I always enjoy the stories in this game. The War of the Crystal stories can sometimes be a bit silly, and this past one was no exception. These girls like fighting to like, well, Raph fighting to sound cool, and Perrine kind of just like, probably not being like the girl you want to hang out with. And generally speaking, it was cute, but not like, I don't know, out of all of the Crystal Warriors, usually I walk away like really, really digging them. And this time I wasn't really excited by either of them from a personality standpoint. But that little description gives us more to think about. So, hey, here's the new vision card this week. Is it cool to pull? Hey, if you're excited about fisting up the world, then this is probably the card for you. You should probably not hesitate and grab it up right away. If that's not your thing and you just want to go spend some time with some other weapons, then you could probably pass on it. But I'm kind of starting to think that like we're kind of entering this new, well, I mean, this is kind of something that everyone's kind of been thinking about and debating, but like, are we moving into this new era of job VCs, kind of like leading the way for the teams that we're putting together, possibly? Or it could just be a mixture where we have a lot of teams that are still, mono element based, and then we have some job based teams, but it's kind of up to you what you don't want to do. I personally feel that this is a very strong card, and Crystal Warriors have been really solid in this game for the most part. And I get it, there might be one Crystal Warrior that we won't talk about who has always been very resolute on his resolutions for helping out, and cannot resolutely make it happen. So that might be one. But other than that, like, dude, they've been solid. So I feel like, yeah, you don't hesitate. You do what you can to pick up a Crystal Warrior if you can, and then the card to go with them. So I would say yes. Cheers. Cool to pull. All right. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Pulling, by the way, for 4 and 100 cost or a Crystal Warrior does absolutely suck. Like it's been rough, and I feel like pitying in this game is like the saddest life you could possibly lead. So I want to just say, shout out or cheers to anybody that had to go through that, because I have been in that situation where it's possible that I maybe have maybe an alt account, but it's not because I don't know, weird reasons. I just want like an alternate way of like going through the story, like after I know some things, and so I just want to read it again. Maybe that's why I have one. Anyway, maybe with one of those accounts I went through and I pitied Breen. But like, oh man, it was so painful, because like you always reach that point where it's like, okay, I can exchange this currency and get the unit, or I could keep going, because it's the saddest thing to have to exchange those metals for the unit versus like being able to use them on shards and whatnot. So pity really sucks, man. It sucks. So that was a painful experience that I might have had lately, but also hacking at my lung is another one. So yeah, it's been kind of a rough week. What else was I gonna say? Something, right? Don't I have things to say? Oh, I don't know. Oh, I mean, you should definitely, if you are looking for a guild, you should definitely consider Grayskull, because we've got a couple spots left, and we are carrying some dead bodies around from some super fantastic veteran players who have been with us for a very, very long time, and I'm just not ready to dump their bodies yet. So we're just carrying them along, and doing kind of the Clue, the movie thing of just like animating their bodies into battle, even though they're actually not attacking. They're just kind of like in the lounge. But anyway, I think that we'd rather probably have a live body, so this would be a good time to just dip in and join us. So hey, drop by the Discord, and I'll also post our guild ID so you can get on in there and get in on this fun time. It's such a fun time, I promise you. Sometimes we have voice chats. That's fun. I shouldn't invite you to those. That's probably a bad idea. Anyway, all right. So, it sounds like it's time to go, just from the way I'm speaking. So I will say goodbye and good night, and as always, cheers.